Hello guys and welcome to today's YouTube video. This is Jake, apart from A&J Reacts here, and we are going to be doing a preview into the much anticipated Europa League fixture, second leg semi-final between Sevilla and Juventus. Now this is a must-win fixture for both sides. Sevilla themselves, this has been their competition for the last 15 to 20 years. They have won this competition the most times out of anyone, 6 times Europa League champions. And reason being that they need it just as much as Juve do, as much as we do. They have had a very, very disappointing season, and this is realistically their only chance of gaining not only just Champions League football, European football for next season. They are currently sitting 10th in the league table, and Sevilla is a team in La Liga you would definitely expect to be competing, if not for Champions League football, at least European football. Bare minimum. But that has not been the case, and a win for them in this tie would send them to the Europa League final, and I think at their minimum, even if they were to lose it, they would get European football due to the fact that Roma are already gaining European football through the league. I'm not sure how it will work. I don't know if runners-up get a European spot next season, but if that was the case and they didn't get it, then they would have to most definitely win it, and you can just expect them to go to the final and not bottle it. Now, Juventus, on the other hand, doesn't need to win the Europa for them same reasons, more for the fact that the club itself has not won a European trophy for 27 years. We have not won a Champions League, a Europa League, a Conference League, Cup Winners' Cup, UEFA Super Cup, for 27 years. And since that time in Rome, when we lifted the Champions League, we've been to 5 finals and we've lost every single one of them. And we have just been cursed in European finals. We haven't yet made a Europa League final. We came close back in 2014, getting to the semi-final against Benfica and just narrowly getting knocked out, 2-1 on aggregate. However, this is going to be a fixture between Sevilla that is just going to be nervy for the whole 90, 120, however long. It's going to be a real rough and tough match throughout, every second and every minute of that game. And just the normal person would look at Sevilla's form and our form and think, it's not for discussion. But it don't work like that. Sevilla have just been a different animal entirely in this competition. Going through contender after contender. Last tie between Manchester United, you can arguably say, in this first leg, very lucky because of the own goals that came from De Gea and Maguire. But then the second leg, granted, they did have help. That Man United were missing a couple of players and they were awful on the day. But the atmosphere the fans give, how the players just switch on for this competition, it just reminds me of Real Madrid in the Champions League. Sevilla in the Europa League is just a different animal entirely. And us, on the other hand, fine, we're second in our league at the minute. We have been the second best performing side in Serie A this season. That is not a question. I do strongly feel that. But based on results, performance-wise, this season, it has been hit and miss. We could go and play some phenomenal football one week, and then we could be bang average or terrible the next week. Start of the season was very cagey, and we were hovering about 7th, 6th for quite a while. After 11 game weeks, we had been knocked out of the Champions League in the group stage. we had dropped points against some smaller clubs, which was very disappointing and disgraceful, unacceptable. And against some of the big teams, just looked like a fish out of water. Milan battered us, Napoli battered us, Roma beat us, Lazio beat us. So it has been a very up and down season. However, considering how the season started, if you would have told me we would get second in the league and we could have an opportunity to make a Europa League final, I would have snatched that out of your hand without a moment's thought. But realistically, we are not going to go into this as favourites. We are going into this match as underdogs. And if you look at the performance we displayed against Sevilla in the first leg, we should not have got a draw out of that. No chance in hell we should have got a draw out of that. Sevilla were battering us. We could barely get the ball out of our own half. Their press has just been absolutely phenomenal. And as soon as we brought on some creativity in the midfield, that did change. And that was in Paul Pogba. However, that is not going to be an option. Pogba is not going to be available for this match, so our creative options in midfield are going to be very limited. Our main creative player that will make things happen, and we've seen it this season, and is more of a guarantee, it's Di Maria. On the other hand, we have got some terrific creative players in the likes of Chiesa, Kostic. Fagioli can make something happen, but they've been inconsistent, them players. Di Maria has been the only consistent player for Juve, I feel, that has been on his game. 9 times out of 10. I'm not saying he's done that every single game. There's been some occasions where he has been piss poor. But he's more of a guarantee to make something happen than the other players. And then we do have some good striking options. We have Vlahovic, we have Milik. But their form has been all over the place. Vlahovic has gone from scoring in 3 consecutive games, and now he is struggling to find the back of the net. He has not been solid this season. He's been okay. That's the best way I can put it. And our best attributes this season has been our defence. We've had Szczesny, who's been making terrific saves consistently. We have got solid centre-halves in Danilo, in Brema. Sandro has adapted as a centre-half. Gatti, in this competition especially, has been phenomenal. And he was the one that managed to get us a draw last time out. And if I was thinking realistically on how we could win this match, we would have to take it all the way to penalties. I do not want us to risk opening ourselves up in open play, and in that atmosphere, especially in Sevilla, it is going to be awful. It's going to be horrendous, that atmosphere. Their fans are going to be up for it. The players are going to be up for it. And you look at their squad as well. They have got unbelievable players, Sevilla. Unbelievable players. They got the likes of El Nasri, who is a top-notch striker, in my opinion. They got Bono, who I think is a world-class keeper. They got experience in Navas, in Rakitic, Papu Gomez. I could go on. And some of them might be getting on, but you cannot take away their technical ability. Because if they want to perform, they are phenomenal. And we can't perform the same way we did last time out. Because if we do, in that atmosphere, we are going to get torn to pieces. I'm talking 3-4-0 here. And there will be no chance of us scoring a goal. We just have to be composed when we have the ball, not panic on the ball, which is what we've been consistently doing this season. So I know for a fact we're going to see some of that in tonight's match. But we have to eliminate that as much as we can. I don't mind if we do it once, maybe twice, every so often or so. And then as long as we if it does happen, we rectify the situation and then come back and win the ball back. Show fight, heart, desire. Give every damn thing you got. This is all we got left to play for. Sevilla, in terms of Champions League spots, we have got such a big gap between us and 5th place. If we were to lose out on Champions League football in the league, then we have bottled it horrendously. I am 99.99% certain we got Champions League through the league. This is all we got left to play for. And, I mean, compared to last season, we've made an improvement in the league. We've gone from 4th to 2nd. But another trophyless season is not good enough. And I think Allegri's going to stay. But if he wants more support from us, the fans, because there's a lot of supporters for Juventus that are not confident in his management for this club, including me. I'm not confident with his management. Seen it time and time again this season. He has just made so many questionable, dubious decisions throughout the season and last season. If he was to win us a European trophy, the Europa League, this year, book us a place in the Super Cup next year, and that will probably motivate other players who want to join us, show that we are competing for trophies now, yet again, then he could turn it round. But if we miss out, I've got zero confidence in him. I've got very little confidence in him right now. But another trophyless season would just eliminate all trust I have in Massimiliano Allegri. It's now time for him to get it tactically on points. And these players as well. It's not just down to him. Sometimes these players are just not performing enough. They're not good enough. So now they need to show why they are playing for Juve. Why they're playing for Juventus. Because we are one of the biggest clubs in the world. We're the biggest club in Italy. And we should be there competing for the trophies. Granted, we did not expect us to be in Europa League. We expected us to get through the group stage of the Champions League and be in the knockout stages for that. But we're here now. We're in the semi-final. We have a chance to make a final of the Europa League and extend 3 Europa Leagues to 4. And we can do that. And I've got to be honest, I'm not confident. Not at all confident for tonight's match. All I'm just going to say, for us Juventinis, you just got to be behind the team. And I can't say anything if I know for a fact that these boys give every damn thing they got on that pitch. And if we lose, then we know for a fact after giving 100% we've lost to the better team. And we can't ask for more than that. But if we do not perform, that's just not acceptable. Because our motto, fino alla fine, until the end. You keep trying and trying and trying until you hear that final whistle blow. And if it's not enough, there's nothing more we can ask. But we need this trophy more than any club, any big club in Europe. We've been craving European glory for so long, and we need that more than any other club. I mean, if we were to, even if we go through, we still realistically have to go up against Roma. Most likely. I can't see Leverkusen overturning it. I could be wrong. But if we play up against Roma, under the management of Mourinho, who has never lost a European final, it's just going to be maybe an even tougher task. But this is now or never. I honestly do think if we don't win this Europa League, we're going to see quite a few players leave. We're going to lose confidence as fans. And I think it could be a hell of a lot worse for next season. I mean, I don't care if we got the Champions League. Financially, that will help us a lot. If we didn't have that, then I'd be not looking into this for any confidence whatsoever, if I'm being perfectly honest, if we weren't in a Champions League spot in the league. So thank God we got that. So I think it's going to help us keep some players. But there's certain players that we're just not sure of. Some like Chiesa, some like Vlahovic, Di Maria. Rabiot's going to be going. This is just going to get players behind the project. And we need to just... We need this, man. If we don't win this, it's been a failure of the season. 100%. But I know if my boys turn up, give 100%. Because I know technically we've got some world-class players in this squad. We do. They just have to turn up. If we do that, I'm fully confident we can go on to win the Europa. If we go through against Sevilla tonight, who are the kings of Europa League, I have no doubt we will go through to final with a winning mentality, and we will go on to win that Europa League. I don't care whoever it is, Mourinho, with Roma or Leverkusen, Xabi Alonso. I don't care. We are hungry for this, especially if we go through tonight. And I have full confidence in my boys. Fino alla fine, forza Juve. But that is just my thoughts on the game. Going into it, I'm going to be doing a live stream later today, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. It's been Jay from A&J Reacts. Please like, subscribe and comment. Come join the A&J family. Much love.